Hello and welcome to CodeFA Academy. And we are still on our generative AI lesson, still in the module 2, working with text-based generative AI. And in this lesson, we are going to look at how to use AI for writing and content creation. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to identify tasks suitable for AI-assisted writing. Use AI to draft emails, articles, and social media content. You should be able to control the style, tone, and format of AI outputs. Refine and improve AI generated content using iteration and integrate AI into your content creation workflow for efficiency. So, first thing to look at is introduction to AI in writing. So, AI language models can act as virtual writing assistants. They are trained to generate text that follow patterns in human language. That allows them to brainstorm ideas, draft documents quickly, edit and improve writing, and summarize information. So these are some tasks that AI can assist with. That is drafting content, brainstorming ideas, editing and improving writing, summarization, and research assistance. So for the content drafting, can help us with emails, that is for both professional and casual emails, for blog posts and articles, marketing copies, social media captions, and a whole lot. And for brainstorming ideas, it can help us to get projects, topics, marketing campaign ideas, and creative writing prompts. And also, it can help us improve our grammar. That is for the editing and improving writing, for improving our grammar, adjusting our style, and for clarity improvement. And for summarization too, it can summarize reports and extract key points for us. For the research assistance too, it can help us to generate list of references, explain some concepts, and also provides us with examples. All right. So let's look at how we can control the style, tone, and format of an AI output. So when using a generative AI for writing, a key skill to know is to learn how to control the outputs. So we know that AI can produce different responses depending on the instructions provided in the prompt. So by clearly specifying the style, tone, and format, we can guide the AI to generate content that matches our needs. So depending or without these instructions, AI may produce a response that is technically correct but not suitable for the intended audience or purpose. So controlling style is or style refers to the overall writing approach or structure used in the content. So different styles require different types of writing require different styles. Get it? So for professional settings, you require professional styles. Creative will have to have that creativity style in it, and technical style too for have to have some technical jargons and all that. So that's what you mean by the style. And the tone too refers to how you want our message to be delivered to the audience. So you can have formal, friendly, persuasive, or informative tone. And for the format to it refers to how we want our output to be presented. That is whether in paragraphs, in bullet points, in numbered lists, step-by-step explanations, or in tables. So why is style, tone, and format important? So when style, tone, and format are clearly defined, AI can generate responses that are more relevant, structured and appropriate for our intended audience. So this helps to improve the usefulness of AI generated content and reduces the need for extensive editing. And the key thing to note is that learning to control these elements allow users to produce content faster while maintaining quality and clarity. So now let's head to some of our generative AI models and demonstrate how to control the style, the tone, and format of our AI output. All right, so to demonstrate tone and style, let's look at this simple prompt. So we let's input it. So draft an email addressing it to the director of HR, informing him about the updates on the refresher training for employees returning from leave. So you've just given us this prompt. Let's see what we get. So since you didn't really give it the format in the tone, it has generated something for us. So this is what we have. Now let's copy this same prompt and incorporate tone, style, and this. So make it professional. Use bullets where necessary. Since I am also in the HR department, or I am HR officer, use HR jargons too. Right. So I see we have some parts in bullets just as we wanted it. And this is very formal. That's even included our portfolio. That's we also, or I'm also an HR officer. Then I see it as other some HR terms. I see seamless work integration. I see this in simple plain language. But for the next one, you can see there are some terms that are peculiar to only the HR and all that. So let's head to DeepSeek and try a new prompt over there. So this for creative writing. So creative story for basic school children. The story should be based on a Ghanaian folklore. Use simple, plain language. So now let's see what we would get. So you can see the language is very plain. So you can just pause the video, input the prompt, and see what you would also get. So I see the language is very, very plain. It has even given us some references from where it got the story from. So you get it. We mentioned this in of the lesson objectives. So now let's rewrite this. So creative story for research for university students studying literature. So use literary literary devices where necessary. When done, include questions where the students are to explain some idioms and identify some of the lit- literature themes in the story. So you can see this a little bit deeper, and some of these terms would be understood by basic school children. So we see whether at the end of it we get the questions that we ask. So you can see you have the questions. So I'll just read out the questions in that. So you can pause the video, input these two prompts, and see what you would also get. So you can see the questions for the students. Where shadows breathe in which member? What kind of atmosphere does this idiom create? The sun is a room or all that. Identify the living, the literary themes, and in the original folklore analysis. And so you can see we got our questions also at that. Then it's asking us to also write a monologue for Intikume's pure point of view. Sorry. Yeah. So these are how to incorporate tone, style, and format in our prompt so that we can guide the AI to give us our desired output. Next thing to look at is a sample workflow that can help us in AI assisted writing. So the first thing is to define the task. That is what type of content is needed in this setting. And then after that, you write a clear prompt. You specify the tone, the topic, the format, and the audience. When you are done, you generate your output with the AI that you want, whether being it Claude, Gemini, ChatGPT, and the likes. You review and refine. You edit the content for clarity, accuracy, and style. And after that, you finalize. That is, you add personal touches and you verify the facts when needed. So this approach will ensure that the output is of high quality and very usable. So here are some pitfalls that you should avoid. The first one is over reliance on AI for factual information. Throughout this course, we've talked about how AI hallucinates, that is, taking or that is something false, but the AI will take it as a truth statement, then boldly give you that output as being true. So you just check for your factual information first before you put your content out there. And using vague prompts. We've learned how to refine our prompts in the previous lesson. Neglecting to refine outputs and ignoring audience and context. So here are some real world examples of AI assisted AI for writing and content generation. So marketing teams generating content calendars, educators creating lesson summaries or handouts, students drafting essays or research summaries, and professionals writing reports and proposals. So for the first one, marketing teams generating content calendars, there is already a course on Code FP Academy that is using ChatGPT for content creation, and you have a very wide or broad explanation into that how to use. For that lesson we used ChatGPT, but you can use any of the LLMs to generate the content calendar, then you sync it to your Google Calendar. So you can revisit or enroll in that lesson and have a fair idea of how to do that. And to conclude this lesson, we know that AI can assist with drafting, editing, summarizing, and brainstorming. Clear prompts, context, and instructions improve output quality. The tone, format, and style can be controlled through prompting. Iteration and refinement are essential for high quality writing, and AI should be integrated as a tool within a structured workflow. So, thank you for sticking with us and see you in the next one.